We're staying in our drawing in AutoCAD Web, which is our GF1031 Southeast Madison cloud drawing. Now, this is the one that has been saved to the AutoCAD Web and mobile folders in the cloud. And I mentioned traces at the end of the last video. Now, traces are really useful because they enable you to collaborate and provide feedback and markups on a drawing, but they don't actually affect the drawing integrity. It's a really, really clever tool. So I'm going to go to traces in the little panel here. So there's traces like so, and you can expand it, open it, expand it. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to click on new trace. Now you'll notice it kind of grays out the drawing underneath. You've in essence put a piece of tracing paper over the drawing. And you'll notice there the trace is at the front. Can you see that in the trace mode there? Now, obviously the trace at the moment is just trace 1. And here's all the trace properties created by me. It's all based around my Autodesk account. That's where it gets my name from, the Autodesk account where I'm signed into my AutoCAD subscription. Now I'm going to right click and rename my trace, and I'm going to call it restrooms. He says, spelling that really badly. Restrooms 001. Press enter. Now the good thing is it remembers the time and the dates that I created the trace. Now I can work with any AutoCAD tools in this trace. So I'm going to zoom in now on the restrooms. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a revision cloud over the restrooms there. There's the rev cloud, like so. And I'm just going to use layer 0 for this. I'm not going to worry too much about colors or layers or anything. So rev cloud is there. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to go for a rectangular rev cloud. And I'm going to right click and go for an arc length. Let's see what they've got as a default. 1879.1261. That seems a bit big, so I'm going to go for 1000 there and press enter. And then what I'm going to do is click there, drag that over the restrooms and click again. So there's my rev cloud. Now that's not in the drawing. That is in the trace. I'm then going to go back up to annotate and click on M-text. And I'm going to just pan up a little bit. I'm going to pop some M-text here. Let's zoom in a little bit and click and drag and place my little rectangle for my M-text there. So we're using notes layout and it's Calibri and it's 3.5 high at the moment, which is it's a bit small. So what we'll do there is we'll change the height of that to say 300 and press enter. And as you can see, it kind of looks a bit weird, but don't worry. So I'm just going to put dimensions like that and click on the tick. And it will take a few seconds to work that out. And then when I zoom out, can you see there? I had to do a zoom extent because obviously the text had got really big. If that ever happens, just double click on the wheel. It does happen. The double click on the wheel still does a zoom extent in AutoCAD Web, by the way. So there's my dimensions text. If I click on that and go to properties, you'll see there the text height is 300 that I put in. It can be a little bit weird sometimes, as you noticed. So type the text, click on the tick, and then zoom extent, and it will go to the appropriate size in the drawing. I'll hit escape there just to deselect that M text. So my trace is now done. It's in place and it's in the drawing. So what I can do now is I can close the trace. And what I'm also going to do now is go up here and just save my drawing. Now I'm saving this in the cloud. That's really important. So that's been saved in a 2018 format. AutoCAD Web uses the latest DWG format, which is 2018. Now, what we're going to do in the next video is I'm going to open up the drawing from the cloud in my AutoCAD desktop and have a look at that trace and see whether I can edit that trace in my AutoCAD desktop.